Hello everyone, RPG Kingdom Kid here, back with another live stream of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. I hope y'all are doing good today. I'm doing good. I cannot wait to continue on with this game. I'm having a blast. I played some stuff off screen. I'm planning to do some stuff off screen as well once I'm done streaming for the day. But as we make our way to the main story quest, I'll let you all know, guys, I live stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. As you guys can see, I'm streaming Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. We'll be streaming that until we end Endwalker. And, yeah, and if anything else comes out afterwards, maybe I'll check it out. But, yeah, that is what I'm streaming, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. But, of course, guys, I release... excuse me. I release videos every single day as well at 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Currently, guys, we have... or at 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. Central Standard Time if it's a day I'm streaming. However, the late video today will be coming out a little bit later because I plan to go a little bit longer than 3 hours, which is why I normally go for, just to make up some time that I wasted for the first 2 streams of Endwalker. But anyway, guys, the first video that comes out every single day is The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. I hope you guys are enjoying that. We're actually getting very close to the end of that game, so be on the lookout for all of those goodies. And then, of course, guys, we have... coming out in the later slot is Shin Megami Tensei 5. I'm having a blast in that game. That game is fantastic, and it's about to pop off, in my opinion, where I'm at right now. Obviously, I'm a little ahead of the videos, but yeah, I'm super excited for that. All right, guys, let's continue on. I think we're actually very close to the end of this first section here, so... You're a capable warrior too, are you not? Would you be amenable to assist me with another errand? You see, our talisman requires the use of special ink, but we have exhausted our stones of a key ingredient of it, spirit weed. The herb grows not far from here, and I would like to go and harvest some. With the recent spite and kidnappings, however, we, Akarvadas, travels alone at our peril. Will you not come with me as an escort? I will compensate you for your troubles, of course. I'm in your debt. Without further ado, let us head to Kadia's footsteps. It is suited to the road which east of the great work. Alrighty. Yeah, I've been doing some stuff off screen, you know, kind of doing some more of those, you know, the blue quest that gives you, you know, either dungeons and such like that. I should definitely do that. And I'm also trying to do some more of different classes and such. You know, like my red mage. Maybe I'll get like maybe I'll pick up like this. Like I said this before, and I said it again. I do plan to. Let's actually look at my character here. I do plan to do at least one of each of these things. So obviously my red mage is my highest level there. Oh, did they start them all back at 0 even if I wasn't at 0? Well, that kind of sucks. My melee DPS might be Reaper, and then my physical range DPS might be like either an Archer or Dancer or even a Mechanist. And then my healer, maybe Scholar or Sage, I don't know. But I like to get at least one of each of those because I know how long. Knowing how I'd get them all up to level 90. That'd take fucking forever. So... I may simply be imagining it, but I feel as though we're being followed. Look out, Andy! Battle music for this isn't bad. Gods, but that gave me a fright. Think that the moment I ventured outside to the safety of the work, think the sisters asked you to come with me. You're alright, I hope. Yeah, I'm okay. Good, good. Let's continue on then. It isn't far now. Just through these pillars and up the rise. Let's go to a new location. Pisaka? Oh my lord. You look like a different Pisaka than I'm used to. And here we are, Kaja's footsteps. Kaja was a great dancer, and those who follow her, well, you know, they came to this place to train and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. A happy benefit of this is the spirit we grows here in abundance. I will set about harvesting at once, if you would be so good as to stand guard. Kin numbers aren't like to return soon, but better safe than sorry. I think I said this before, I said it again. There's actually like 108 quests in Endwalker here. So I'm pretty sure we're less than 100 away, so.
Yes, that would be Radzat Han. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began.
Radzat Han.
The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing.
What can you tell me of the satrap?
Well, he is the most important person in Radzat Han. Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasodra. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjor from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves. It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people, but when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution. The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Radzat Han to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
Fuck off, Van Daniel!
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets. I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Oh, something. Owen?
Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail?
Fuck off, Van Daniel. You wearing that motherfucker's body.
Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal? Complications be damned, for we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
Get out of here, you bitch. Fucking hate you. I have enough spirit weed to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. Let's head back to the great work, shall we? I could just teleport there, but what would be the point? Ah, they must have just got done with that part of the mission. I'll be honest, I really like these mounts. These kind of mounts. The doggos. So I wouldn't mind having Fenrir there. Or a fucking unicorn. Oh yeah, butt stallion. Andy, my thanks again for your assistance. With your help, we're that little bit closer to completing our talismans. This much, but please accept this total my gratitude. Neat. If you will excuse me, I shall return to my work on the talisman. You are both back. Excellent. I have a message for you, Mistress Nidania. It would seem the stores of Giant Scale are running low. What? But when I last looked, there was still plenty. I suspect that was before Yonjay told everyone about their tempering cure, and Estinian shared his knowledge of dragons. The appears have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. I see. Well, if it leads to new possibilities, then far be it from me to complain. But we will need to replenish our stores. I'd be happy to tend to this if you like. As much as I appreciate to offer, my dear boy, I can't in good conscience send you out there alone while kidnappers are at large. Andy, though I am to press another task on you so soon, might I ask that you fetch the giant scale? In case you're not familiar, giant scale is a type of ore found on the island. Owing to its hardness and aetherical conductivity, it has applications in many disciplines, alchemy not least of all. The quarry where it is to find, aptly named Giant Scale's grounds, isn't too far away, so it shouldn't take much of your time. May we impose on you once more? Yeah. I definitely want new equipment. I hope I get new equipment soon. Thank you. Upon arriving at the grounds, please seek out a man named Zunia. He will furnish you with the ore. At the very least, permit me to accompany you. It so happens I have an errand of my own that will take me to the outpost nearby. May we borrow a pair of Hamza, Mistress Nidana. By all means, do try to be patient with them. Those that survived are still in training. I'll bring the Hamza to the entrance. Meet me there when you are ready. I don't mind the quest. I don't mind the quest accepted / alchemist or dancer. Oh, probably if I was going the... No, I am going the right way. Okay. Fuck, I just lost my... Oh, yeah. I don't mind the, I don't mind the music for the accepting the quest and the start of a quest. Or the end of the quest. It's really good. The battle music's really good as well, so... Here we are. Here are our Hamas, Andy. If the creatures look familiar, it's because they are close kin to your Erosian dodos. Hamza have long kept as livestock in Thavnir, and many a hatchery may be found here. The last large of these was recently raised by monsters from the tower. On account of said hatchery being suited near the tower, the Radiant host repurposed its remains as an outpost. That is where my errand takes me, and your own destination is but a stone's throw away. If you have no objections, let us first make for the outpost. We step forth at your word. You ready? You are ready. Then let's depart. You only need ride and relax. My bird and I will take the lead for yours to follow. Let's be off. If you haven't dozed before, be warned that they're morning gallet. This is hilarious. Spectacle formation stretching out over the water is called Kalgu. Oh, my lord. Man, use the against the marge. I love getting experience for just discovering new lands. And here we are, manned by the Radiant host. This outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. Oh, we'll be coming here at some point, I'm sure, because we'll be raiding that tower. That would guarantee. Well, who should it be but young Varsaw? On an errand for the stat trap. I am. His Excellency bade me to come to collect your report. He also wishes to express his heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of the Radiant host for their unflagging dedication. We simply do our duty, but we are honored to receive His Excellency's regards. And yet, for his boundless benevolence, his treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. Though we have enjoyed relative peace and calm these past few days, this remains the front line of battle, no place for children. Your predecessor too often traveled alone. It's been, 2 years now since you took over. I wonder how the fellow is faring. Like those before him, he went on to represent the strapped in foreign lands. Wherever he may now be, I'm certain he is well. As for myself, I assure you that all I do for my own volition, and gladly. I pray you do not think ill of His Excellency. Certainly not, lad. Whatever happens, my faith in the satrap is unwavering, but still I worry for you. We would be overcome with sadness if something were to befall you, for you are as the little brother to us all. Take care, do you hear? I will, Nahabed. Thank you. Who might this be? Not Hansian by the look of him. Permit me to introduce Andy Doe of the Erosian contingent. Came to assist in the making of the talismans. From Eosia, you say? Towers have appeared over there too, yes? Tell me, what is the situation like? May I suggest that you exchange information with our soldiers? Both parties would stand to learn something of value, I believe. Yeah, sure. Excellent idea. Given the unprecedented nature of the threat, some of ours are understandably anxious. We would be glad of any tidings you can share. You two, bring Varshat the latest report and answer any questions he may have. Oh, wait. Well. I'll keep the male voice. I can't tell if you're a female or male. You are male. I've heard of you, the visit from Eosia. Is there something you could tell us about the Talathiol? We know that there's been ones besides behind the tower, and they've declared war on the whole world. But why are they doing this? What is it they want? This we don't understand. Oh, the end of days. The final days. What? They want to die? Take everyone with them? What madness is this? Well, you can bet that we won't let those bastards have their ways. We'll fight them with everything we have, like our Erosian and Far Eastern brothers. You wish to know of the tower? To be honest, we know little and less about ourselves. This tower, Zot, as folks have taken to calling it, suddenly appeared where it did on the Isle of Narinar. We're safe from its influence at this distance, but go too far into the water and you'll expose yourself to its corrupting aether. You're a foreigner, aren't you? How are they dealing with the tower in your homeland? Our struggles are not unique. Then our hope still lies with the talismans. We must keep the monsters contained until they're ready. It occurs to me I've yet to properly introduce our company. We are the Radiant Host, military order under the Silent's command. Our duty is to preserve peace in the land, be it patrolling the streets or dealing with henceforth unknown threats such as now. We train hard and admittedly only capable warriors to our ranks. Even so, we struggle to contain with the fiends from the tower. Though we succeed in striking them down on the 2 occasions they came in force, we had to pay a heavy price. With the towers of Eorzea, do they likewise spawn monsters? So it's much the same elsewhere. With every nation struggling, we cannot expect calls for outside aid to be answered. Finished speaking with the soldiers, have you? I hope it was as enlightening for you as it was for them. As a neutral nation and trading hub both, Ra's Adhan ordinarily receives a steady stream of news from abroad. Alas, this stream dried up when trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone will have been grateful for your account. But come, you must best see to your original errand, as mine will keep me here a while longer. However, I'm afraid I cannot guide you the rest of the way. Worry not, the path is straightforward. You need but follow the road east. Upon the Hamza, you will arrive before you know it. Brief though it may, I enjoyed our time together. Till we meet again. Though Hamza appears to want to return home and reluctantly offers you its back. Should you become separate from the steed, speak with the Radiant Beastkeeper, the Hama hatchery, to mount it again. Do I really have to be riding this thing? Oh well, it's not bad, I suppose. It's hilarious. It's hilarious riding this thing. No sooner do you arrive to your destination than the houndstooth dashes off. Ah, this is indeed the Jasdown grounds, and I am Zelsu. Is there something you require? God's down for the alchemists, you say, but of course they shall have it. They labor tirelessly to deal with the tower, and 'tis the least we can do to provide them with the materials they need. Here you are, a stack of the pierced giant skull. We always set some aside for our alchemist friends. When you deliver it, let the good folk of the great work know that we're grateful for the efforts. They need more, they need but ask. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little tempted to do this. Yeah, okay. I'll be honest. I was like, yeah, should have expected I was probably going to end up not doing so hot. I expect to be balling through all the fates. And only killing one of them only got 2%. Damn. Yeah, I'd rather not die because my home spawn is still, you know, at home, which is the, you know, the one place. Reverend's Hollow. How? back, Andy. There, I hope you got the giant skull. Oh my, such fine specimens. Thank you so much for bringing these. We now have everything we need to make our next prototype. One that should be capable of passing our most rigorous test. When it's ready, it will be time for the true test, so please take your ease while you can. Oh, I got some experience from that fate. I'll have to look at the information again once I'm out of a cutscene here. Oh, it's Oriange. Oh no, that's not Oriange.
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well.
Hey, Thancred.
You have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed. I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavner, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea. And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope, and no words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear. Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
As will I. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that.
Ruh-roh.
What is it? What did you see?
I saw someone. Something.
Fandaniel, are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
It holds. The vessel holds! This is the one!
At long last! Look! We have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments. We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
I thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field. It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place, to accompany me to the Tower of Zot. Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
Oh, you're testing it, huh? Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Oh, you needn't ask. I'm always up for violence.
Either way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
Why do we have to have the biggest and probably the most roughest one tested out? Why can't it be literally any of these smaller guys?
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example. But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
Is that clear?
We'll keep an eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Fandaniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you. Be on your guard.
Of course.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore. I'll see you there.
Okay. I tend a bicolor gemstone and 16 gil and some experience. Can't wait till I'm able to like find all the aether currents so then I can, you know, fly. Okay. Just to make sure I wasn't lagging behind on between video and obviously my audio. So, did everyone watch the Game Awards? I did. If you guys haven't seen already, I did release a reaction video on my other channel. Link to that is in the description below. It wasn't, I wouldn't say it was bad, but it's like, man, it's like, from what I've heard, like, I've heard it being hyped up, and it's like, I'm not gonna say, like, for most of the stuff that was, you know, most of the stuff that was revealed, it's like, okay, it just wasn't for me. It's like that. It's like, this wasn't for me. It's cool for some people, and I was like, okay, yeah. Like, there wasn't, it's like, I have to learn that it's like, yeah, I'm not the type of gamer for all of them, but still. This is a rather finer boat than I expected, but I won't complain. All that remains is to board and be on our way. Oh, and if I should become corrupted, do not stay your hand. Of course, I pray it does not come to that, but you must protect yourself. Other alchemists can fulfill my role, but you and your blade blessing are one of a kind, and perhaps our only hope of toppling this tower. For all our sakes, do not hesitate to do what must be done, whatever that may be. Well, the longer I draw this out, the more nervous I become. Let's be off.
We should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence. Any moment now. It's working! And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could.
Better be careful, Van Dickold will probably be here. Van Dickhead will be here.
So far, so good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance. A few more steps. Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be everything we hoped it would be. Now we can focus on production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets. What?
Oh, fuck, I should have known. The tower. Oh, no, you don't, Van Daniel.
Oh, there we go! Oh, there we go! Oh!
Oh, do calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing about like that.
Stop! Oh, you can't do this! Please!
A little late for heroics, I'm afraid.
Bastard.
The similarities are striking. My! Such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased. My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting.
I find you exhausting, you bitch. Patrons of old.
Allow me to tell you a story. Surely you've yet to hear the one about Van Daniel, the sundered Asian.
Why do I give a shit?
I inherited the position and the soul of the Van Daniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days, theoretically speaking. Practically speaking, that fact is of no consequence. I was born and lived as, well, me. Eventually, I was recruited into the Ascians and imbued with the former Fandaniel's knowledge and memories, but I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am. How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Ascian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded. I have it on good authority you've poked your nose into an Allegan ruin or two. Yes? Then I expect you've heard of me. The old me. At your service.
Amon.
Imagine a nation of unbridled prosperity. Every need met, day after day of unbroken, unshakable peace. Existence fulfilled and ripe for decay.
You are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experience?
I had to deal with Amons and fucking Yakuza. I gotta deal with Amons and my Final Fantasies.
Panic when he awoke with the head of a bull. Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing. Oh, the memory of it. My poor sides. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter, we struggled to breathe.
No more than entertainment for bored wastrels ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence. For they were ever hungry for stimulation. Slaves to the slightest hint, and amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend, our first and greatest emperor. And just as I had planned, he set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest. An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards, always onwards. Yet, he who delivered to us such glory was not to be satisfied.
Heed me, Amon. No matter how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all is rendered meaningless by death. In the end, all is lost.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war. And so I have come to claim you.
Emmett! Hi, buddy.
For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, the seat of Fandaniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your clones to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what lies ahead.
The fall of the Empire affirmed the truth. Majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw. Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures. What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness?
So easily distracted. Why, I almost left without saying farewell. As for your friend, you needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primals. If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades. We shall meet again! Not in one of these minor spires, oh no, but somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so eager to see you.
Well, that sucked. Oh, you returned, but where's Mistress Nidani? My preserve. Just when we had succeeded in making the talisman. Must report this once. Meanwhile, please return to the great work. Something's gone awry, hasn't it? What happened? So it was Daniel after all. Damn that bastard. I'm sure you wanted to do more, but you were right to return here first. We must tread warily lest we endanger Nidani and the other captives. First, we must inform everyone of the situation, Nidani's colleagues included. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain. Oh, Nadania. Can you answer me this? Though Nadania is trapped in the tower, she's still alive, yes? Yes. Then we must make warding scales as many as we can. The prototype works perfectly. This, Nadania proved at peril to herself. So let us make more scales that she and all those who were taken might be saved. Aye, as alchemists, this is how we will help win the fight. My friends, the Sabbath has been made away of the tragedy. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all you require. To that end, he bade me give you this link pearl that we might personally discuss the production of the warding crystals scales with you. And for our ordinary visitors, I bear an invitation. In her report, Mistress Nadaya noted your vital contributions to the talisman's creation. This fact came to the Strap's attention, and in recognition of your deeds, he wishes to meet you. Oh. In addition to thanking you in person, he would also discuss further avenues of collaboration. And so, if it is agreeable, will you not accompany me to Razat Han for an audience with His Excellency? We should be honored, of course. Closer cooperation between our lands can only be the benefit of all. Then it's settled. Please come to the gates east of the Giant Skull grounds, and I will show you to the city. I don't know if this will result in me leveling up or not. I mean, obviously, if I just get the experience now, it would not get me leveled up. But if I get like maybe if I get like experience for discovering a new land, maybe. It's gonna be very close regardless, so. I'll present it, then let's proceed. Owing to the threat of the tower, the city is currently in a state of high alert, and strict restrictions are in place for entry. Though you have been granted special permission, I ask that you remain close to me at all times. Razat Han.
A vast rock squats upon Favnir, and to its stony surface clings the city of Razat Han. Ye who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye. The orb which beholdeth the truth of all things. Pass beneath its hot and piercing gaze, bearing down like a second midday sun. The fragrant haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke. The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dancers' feet. travelers seduced by vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets. But no such scenes to savor now. To what somber present does that divine eye bear witness?
Here we are, Megadota. It seems a shame to bring you here directly. Under normal circumstances, it would have been my pleasure to show you the sights.
And it would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, it seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
I'm afraid so. Come, we should head inside. Your Excellency, may I present our honored visitors?
Ah, splendid. Most splendid. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ahawan, satrap of Radzatan. Our alchemists tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale. Such deeds ought to be recognized in person. Thus did I have young Varshan convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude.
She was taken. Not everything went to plan.
I assume you speak of Nidana. A regrettable incident indeed. Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving Nidana and the others. I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come, sit.
I think not. This charade has gone on long enough. Show yourself.
Forgive me, but were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no performers waiting in the wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you'd prefer.
Nay, he hath the right of it. The time for artifice is past. Raise the curtain.
As you wish.
The dragon.
You travel as assistants to the students of Valdesian, but you are known to me. Even here have we heard of the scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Is that the dragon?
I am Vritra.
Yep, Vitra. That's the dragon that Obsidian rides in the trailer.
Served as mine abode.
Vritra, of the first brood, sibling to Hraesvelga and Nidhogg.
Aye, mine elder brothers, of Midgardsormr's spawn. I was last to hatch.
Well, isn't this a surprise? We were told Radzat Han had an alliance with the dragon. Not that a great worm sat in the satrap's own hall.
A necessary subterfuge, as the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively. In the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vitra, and Vitra alone. In time, the ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But never did they dare disturb the worm's lair. Next to arrive with the Aura, adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, they too treated Vitra with reverence and respect. And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured. Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility. When it seemed all would be drowned in blood, Vitra himself came forth and quelled the rising conflict. A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vitra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Radzat Han.
But if Vitra is still here, then your position as satrap is just...
A charade, yes. And one which my family has performed faithfully for generations.
Many envy the Great Worms their power. Were it known that I ruled here, then the fires of war would burn without end. I would not be the flame which consumeth my people. Those few who join me in laying our country's foundations were, perforce, sworn to secrecy.
Your eye. It was taken.
Tis here, buried within the semblance of flesh. The body before thee is but a simulacrum, constructed by the finest artisans of Radzat Han. With mine eye nestled within, it doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my wit.
That would explain why I felt the presence of a dragon upon our first meeting.
I am woven with words fashioned to deceive such arcane senses. Though 'twas short-lived, it seemeth thy fusion with my brother hath left thee much altered. Estinian warm blood.
Woof.
From the very first, we sensed the nature of one another, yet did neither one of us bare his fangs. That is all I need know of thee for now.
With my secret thus revealed, I have for you a proposal. Not as a worm of the first brood, but as the ruler of Radzat Han. With all haste must we take in hand the finished talismans and breach this foul spire. Thence, should it lay within our power, dispel its wicked influence. Yet even with the assurance of the warding scales, the narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size of our force.
And thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
Just so. Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a sure path before me. Thou and thy comrades have contended with a multitude of primal beings. Most recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Padalthan and Cartanau, I am told.
Yeah.
'Tis upon that strength I would call. The Scions have proven themselves the most capable, and I ask that you serve as the tip of our spear. Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions. And should you agree to this undertaking, more will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
There's no denying it's a dangerous proposition, but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales. I worry, however, that even the four of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
'Tis no trifling task that I have laid before you. Go. Steel your hearts and hone your plans. Such time as you require shall be spent in crafting your protective charms.
It seems a quick trip back to Sharlayan is in order.
Wilt thou not lend thine aid?
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Rads at Han, I see no reason to refuse, nor will I.
I am in thy debt.
Actually, I know he said Vetra in the trailer, but maybe that wasn't the dragon that he was with. The meeting took a rather unexpected turn, but we now have a clear objective ahead of us. We must join our comrades in Sharlayan and muster a suitable crew for our foray into the Tower Zot. Oh, and if you haven't already done so, be sure to attune to the Aetherite here before departing. Unless, of course, you enjoy Island Nausea. God, I hate that it costs so much skill to travel to places. I highly doubt it, but let me just see if they have any better equipment for me. Gemstone trainer. Material supplier. Oh, nope. Mender, tool supplier. Full plate armorite prioritizer. Nope, they do not have anything better for me. Which is not at all surprising. Just as I was getting used to Blimey Thavnir, we're back to chilling Sharlayan. Take care not to catch your death, eh? We need you for all the battles to come. Now then, everyone appears to be here, so let's take stock of all the developments and discoveries. To the dark of the tower. there has been progress in both investigations. Shall we share the findings of our respective locals?
Your time in Thavnair has certainly been eventful.
Oh, it has been.
Carrying out Vitra's request and assaulting the Tower of Zot should be our highest priority.
I agree. While I still have questions concerning the Forum and their grand undertaking, we have all but exhausted our avenues of investigation. Simply pressing them any harder on the subject will almost certainly result in our expulsion. Therefore, I suggest we explore the ethereal sea connection by way of a letter to Master Matoya, then make our way to Thavnair.
I wonder, even with the protection these talismans afford us, what can we hope to achieve once inside the tower? According to Orenvold and Fodola's report, they were unable to free the Emolja. Worse, their attempts triggered the tower's defenses, which led to a summoning of Luna Ifrit.
What does it tell us that the Spires even have such defenses? Simply pulling a prisoner from the wall is fatal, thus the direct approach is doomed to failure from the outset. Any further measures to dissuade such actions seem unnecessary. Unless, of course, there is a way to free the prisoners without killing them. Then it stands to reason that any intruders would be met with overwhelming force.
The towers appeared throughout the world in but the twinkling of an eye. 'Twas by magical means these structures were raised, I surmise. A spire thus conjured must needs be maintained, and I suspect an arcane catalyst, some manner of core, doth lie hidden within. Destroy the core, and the tower ceaseth to be, thus liberating the captives without harm.
So we can hope, and I would prefer to enter the tower with a working theory than with no plan at all.
Assuming Ishtola's reasoning is correct, the chances of the defenses remaining dormant are small to none. Any primals will have to be dealt with, and defeating one will likely only lead to the summoning of another. Our every victory will only compound the prisoner's suffering.
May we not then divide our forces? Those proficient in healing will focus on sustaining the captives. That duty can be covered by Urianger, Kryl, Yostola, and myself. The remaining scions will proceed with the search for the core. Admittedly, this strategy puts both parties at greater risk, but it should bolster our chances of saving the Arcosodra by a considerable margin.
Are you sure Alpha knows the right group? Well, Valze, she knows of a healing spell or two. Right, because now Alpha knows now a sage, she can actually be a fighter as well as a healer. Well, Valze, she knows a healing spell or two.
That she does. But I think Alize herself would assert that she's at her best when she's charging onto the breach.
That is true.
And from what I recall from the Grand Cosmos, there's a spring in her step when she fights by your side.
Ye gods, will you never let me hear the end of that? Rest assured that I will do what is asked of me, regardless of who I happen to be standing next to at any given time.
She loves her big brother, aka me.
It seems we have a plan. All that remains is to carry it out. I will inform Radzit-Han of our movements, so let us make our preparations and regroup near the tower.
A military post in what's left of the Hamsa hatchery should serve as a convenient staging point.
That sounds perfect. And remember, the experimental aetherite at the confluence is there for those who need it, so there's no excuse for being late.
Ah, yeah, here we go. We're gonna go into our first dungeon. Of course it's raining. How fucking fitting. I'm raising this person. But I wonder if they're going to the same quest I am or if they're going to the other quest. The one before this one. Or some entirely different one. Ah, a friend of Eosia. Expecting you. You and yours will lead the mission to the tower, I'm told. Warring scales will be delivered soon. Till then, please stand by at the boat we have readied. When your fellows arrive, I'll direct them to join you. We will pray for your safety and success. Future of, if this is the future of Aetheryte travel, I think I'll stick to boats. No warning, however impacted, could have prepared me for that. On account of which we are a little late, but fighting fit mostly. My friends, permit me to thank you for accepting this mission. You must be... we should still call you Varshna, I suppose. Indeed, it would not do to confuse our soldiers. Very well then. For our part, we are humbled that you have seen fit to entrust us with your warding scales. Please convey as much to His Excellency. One for each of you. Please accept them with my blessings. Thanks. With these, we can go anywhere those with the blessing of the light can go. Sup. Not only for this operation either, but all the ones to come. You can finally break your monopoly on primals. But I've been waiting for this day. Won't mind carrying on as before, you know. In that case, they're all yours from now on. But I'm afraid we can't let you retire just yet. You're the sun's brightest star, after all. Everyone is amenable to it. Let us review our strategy of good measure. As previously agreed, we will divide into two groups. Ande and his band will break through the tower's defense and locate its core. Meanwhile, the rest of us will tend to the prisoners, who will doubtlessly want for healing due to the duress of repeated summonings. Primals which the tower bringeth forth shall be deities of every myth. Am I facing the sisters? As we have no prior experience with such foes, pray exercise the utmost caution when confronting them. We commence the operation at your word, my friend. For the people of Thavnia, nay, the entire world, we must prevail. The Tower of Zot, now accessible. I finally got through our first dungeon, guys. Yeah, I had no doubt I wasn't gonna. We're all cats. See, I have a stage with me. I have a bard, and I don't remember what that other one is. Yep, there they are, the three sisters. My guess is I'll be fighting them one at a time. Yep, there we go. Find the youngest. Got to level 82. Sweet. boy. Second girl. That one. Yo! Hearing this music is awesome. Okay, I somewhat get this one a little bit better. This one was a little more easy to understand than the first one. Ah! That wheel beast thing again. Oh, sorry. Wait. No, what the fuck? There we go. There's just a way I could put a keyboard on here, so. So then I could type in there while I'm also like, you know, running and such, be like, sorry. I'll get to level 90. I probably will get to level 90 before we even get halfway through the quest lines. Man, I could definitely use a new weapon. No matter the cost, we must protect the tower. Oh, healer is down. Okay, I was like, what the fuck is going on? This shit's acting weird. Delta attack. Boom. We beat the Magni sisters. Yeah, but I don't like looking up guys my first time around. It's my first time.
Is everyone all right?
We fortified the captives with what magics we could. Have the defenses been disabled? All appears quiet for the moment.
The lower floors were disturbing enough, but this place feels wrong. The ether is heavy and thick, like wading through a quagmire.
I believe we stand in the tower's beating heart. What sayest thou, Stola?
I see it. Ether siphoned from the land runs up through the spire, flowing to a single point. This is the core we seek. Yet something is off. As large as this structure is, it siphons far more ether than is required to sustain it. Tis as if the core is feeding on the energy, consuming it. I need to take a closer look.
Ha! Take a closer look, bitch, you blind!
Curious. There is something there, embedded inside the core. A man's limb.
What?
This is what we came to destroy?
Yes, if you would be so kind.
Jump.
And that should be the end of it.
What now?
My theory that the tower might come crashing down following the core's destruction doth appear to be correct.
Bully for you! And how are we supposed to survive the
Bully for you!
What of the prisoners below?
The floor beneath our very feet dissolves. Brace yourselves!
I pray I'm not too late.
Blah.
What happened? Where are we?
Huh.
By my reckoning, We're still on the island where the tower stood, but 'tis as if it never existed. Hardly a scratch. But how?
Thanks, Grahatia. Oh. Fuck.
Graha wove a levitation spell at the last moment. Large enough to catch everyone, it would seem.
That's a lot of elephants.
That explains the lack of obvious injuries.
The expenditure of so much ether has taken its toll. He will need plenty of rest, but should otherwise be none the worse for wear.
Then the immediate problem is what to do with our new friends here. They'll be much changed for their time in the tower. Even if their bodies are intact, I doubt we could say the same for their minds.
Angelo and I will take care of that.
Yeah, Angelo, little piggy.
I have every faith in you, Alize, but there are just too many for you to treat alone.
We'll send at once to Eorzea for more porksies, and call on the local mages to lend a hand.
Hail, Scions!
Hello.
We were watching the tower when it simply disappeared. What happened here?
The threat is banished, and thy people delivered. They are, however, in need of treatment, and we of a secure locale and helping hands to assist us in its provision.
You shall have all this and more. Come, let us convey these unfortunate souls to the city.
Woo! The liberated prisoners are being transported to Ras Hadahan for treatment. Isaiah and your stoa will oversee the administration of the temporane treatment with support from those who know a healing spell or two. We'll go and join them in the city once you've had a moment to catch your breath. And now to towers out with a party of NPC avatars. To make use of this feature, over the trust interface located under duty in the main menu. Yeah, unfortunately, I need to level all these fuckers up. Oh, they are leveled up.
Let's give it our all.
Let's look at my... There we go. Now the only thing that's not level 520 is my weapons, if I believe. Yep. Had enough rest, have you? You were never one for being idle. Right, Varsma bade us come to Magadod at our earliest convenience. Those will join us there once they have finished tending to the prisoners. Oh, wait. On second thought, you and Estinian should go on ahead. I need to make a quick detour to buy the great work. We left Graha in the alchemist's care, you see. Best to fetch him before he's crammed into a specimen jar. Just you and me, then. The guardsmen at the gate should wave us through. Oops, that's not right. First person Final Fantasy. So I think the first person goes away if I A, get on a mount, or B, oh no, it stays on when I'm on the mount. Sweet. But I know it goes away if I, dun, dun, dun. Can't believe I'll get to level... I'll probably most likely get to level 83 in this stream as well. Ah, big fat chocobo. Ah, honored scions, you are free to enter as your leisure. As I cannot leave my post, I'm afraid you must make your way. Should you require directions to the city, the sentry station at the fountain on top of the steps should be glad to assist you. Well, I haven't been to Razadhan before, and this place is a veritable maze. Rather than risk getting lost, we had best ask for directions from this sentry at the fountain. Lead the way, and don't expect me to act as your tour guide like certain others. I was gonna say there's probably an aetheryte here. Yeah, this is... Well, duh, that actually makes sense, considering this is a fucking sanctuary. Ah, Master Ande, I presume. I understand you are here for an audience with the Sandtrap. If you require directions to Megaton, I should be glad to provide them. The Strass residence is stationed in Dram, the highest part of Razadhan. To get there, I would ordinarily recommend a route that takes you by the bazaars in the city's north. Due to the state of alert, however, most businesses are currently closed and the aetheryte disabled. As such, I will provide you with the alternate path. Please ascend the steps next to this fountain, then continue left. There will be more steps upon ascending them. You will emerge on Paxos Path. Proceed through the large door at the right and you will arrive at Ravali Fibers. Then you will find another sentry who will give you further guidance. Oh, as we head up. Sounds straightforward enough. I thought the Dragoons were DPSs, but I guess no, they're no, tanks. I thought Dragoons were tanks, but no, they're DPSs. Heading to Mega Honda, are you? In that case, please follow this hallway to my right and go through the door on top of the stairs. Emerge at the entrance of the airship landing, where another sentry should be on hand to assist you. Incidentally, if you ascend the steps on either side of me, you'll find the workshops of rubber fibers. Though you're free to observe the artisans, take care not to lose your way. Ah, Thervarian weave. I'd imagine more vibrant stuff. Dare say Amaric would be partial to the gold thread, and the blue, of course, loves his blue. I don't put much thought into what I wear. Spare set of clothing is usually all I carry, and if that isn't enough, I can always obtain something locally. Ah, Estinian. I have grown to love this bastard so much. If you're here for an airship, I'm afraid all flights have been suspended until further notice. So the state of alert is still in effect. Perhaps it's for the best. Outside, we're not here for an airship. We have business at Mega Honduda. Oh, in that case, permit me to direct you. From here, it's quite simple, really. Ascend these steps and then continue straight ahead and across the bridge. You cannot miss it. See if I can quickly go ascertain this one, and then I'll go that one. Optional stuff. I remember passing by here with Varshan. Situation being as it was, he regretted not being able to show us the sights. Life has yet to return to normal here, but when it does, you have to pay another visit. Though the city's confusing, the food is quite good. I'm partial to Hamza myself. The meat supplier is elite, tender, and flavorful. Squawk, squawk! I love it. Well, there must be some kind of cutscene that happens here. Guess I really don't need that on. See, I haven't gotten that one or that one. Or that one, so I'm missing 3. Technically 4 if you count the big one. Greetings and welcome to Meghaduta. May I inquire after your business? Where members of the Silent Seventh Dawn come at the invitation of His Excellency. Ah, of course, we have been expecting you. I will show you to the audience chamber, if you would please follow me. Why am I standing so far away from Orionje if I'm talking to him? Hey, Graha.
Are we the last to arrive? I hope we've not kept you waiting.
Not at all. Your comrade is feeling better, I trust.
Much better, thank you. Harness remedies are certainly potent, in more ways than one.
One becomes accustomed to the taste, although I hope you never have cause to do so. Pray, take your ease.
Full glad I am to see you all unharmed.
Valiant scions, for your heroism, you have my boundless gratitude. You cast down that dire tower and set free its hapless captives. You cleanse their souls of its corrupting influence. No words of thanks will suffice. In place of platitudes, I offer a bounty of warding scales. Pray accept your due reward, along with the goodwill of Radzatan.
Alchemists throughout the land were put to work in the forging of your talismans. The finished ones have been collected, and now await you at the High Crucible of Alchemia. Present this letter when you are ready to take them into your possession.
We are humbled by your generosity. Know that the inventive wisdom of Radzat-Han will be vital in restoring serenity to our star.
Every single one of those scales came from you, didn't they? You must still be in such pain.
"'Tis of no moment. A mere annoyance compared to the dreadful suffering inflicted upon this land and its people.
Albeit brief, my involvement in the Dragonsong War afforded me a glimpse of the myriad sorrows which consumed both dragon and man. Though you were half a world away, such tragedies as befell your kin must have affected you deeply. And yet, you chose to live among men.
In the age when that conflict first bloomed, my choice had already been made. In some distant place, man slew dragon, and dragon slaughtered man. Yet no hate could I muster for those smiling faces which did look to me for guidance. Not even my brother's righteous rage could rally me to his cause. I huddled here, secret and still, hoping against hope that which I had built would remain untouched by the chaos and carnage.
'Twould seem we share the same desire for peace, great Vritra. To that end, I wonder if we might trouble you with another question. The Telophoroi are intent on recreating the final days, an apocalyptic event which we know to predate the sundering of the star. As the longest lived among us, know you aught of this terrible cataclysm?
Nay. When war and strife drove my sire from his home, he crossed the great expanse with only our unhatched eggs as company. He alighted upon a shattered source, its 13 reflections long since scattered beyond the rift. Of events preceding his arrival, he knoweth naught, save that which Hydralin hath deigned to disclose.
I see. So again, 'tis the inscrutable Hydralin to whom you must look for answers.
Seek you to divine the will of this star? If so, I have a tale which may afford you some small comfort.
A tale?
'Tis a story from my youth, many, many years ago.
Well, I imagine it's probably
to my sire,
quite a
I
long
once
time ago.
posed the question: of all the stars in the sky, why didst thou settle upon this one? To which Midgardsummer did reply, 'twas the last bastion of hope. He believed so long as Hydralin endured, so too might dragonkind. Solemn and portentous were his words. What deeper meaning they held, I could not, dared not pursue. 'Tis a stone I've left unturned ever since. Yet take you solace in the knowledge that whatsoever Hydralin does strive towards, 'tis an ideal which hath earned my sire's conviction.
Thank you, Vritra. You've given us warm reassurance in a world gripped by cold uncertainty.
While I'm sure we all have a great many questions, I think it's time we collect the talismans and be on our way. Our fight against the Telophoroi is far from finished.
We must take our leave, but please do inform us if we can provide any further assistance.
Curtsy!
Prithee, a moment.
Yeah.
There is one whom my sire hath judged worthy of honor and respect. The one known to men as Eorzea's champion. This hero
Yeah.
of renown and rumor, 'tis thee.
Midgard, I have crossed paths, yes. I wish you could be here with us now. Yes.
I knew it to be so. From man and dragon alike have I learned of thine exploits. 'Twas a revelation most pleasing that thou, a child of man, had gained Midgardsummer's trust. But alongside mine elation runneth a rivulet of dread. For upon thy life's reel wind too many threads of fate, power, wheel enmeshed with woe. Amidst this tangled knot thou shalt know no rest. 'Tis an endless confluence of forces, a struggle without surcease.
Yeah, I think I've been told that.
More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of thine existence.
Aw, Popolmino. Aw, Minfilias. Oh! Why'd you have to show him? Why?
Take heart and protect They will be your strength and your salvation. The hope thou wilt need come the end. Even cowering behind my curtain, I know the suffering of the powerful. I have watched my siblings driven mad by loss. Thus do I exhort thee to spare no effort to keep thy loved ones safe.
Aw, I'm glad the little bro and sister came in.
Apologies. We hadn't meant to interrupt.
It's just that we do have a history of suddenly collapsing, and when you didn't follow us out...
'Tis I who must apologize. I have detained your champion overlong with idle chatter. Go. At war's end, I pray I welcome thee back into my hall, where together with thy joyful comrades, you may toast your triumph.
Ah. So, what were you and Feature talking about? Just the usual. Nothing. Very well if you say so. Those have gone ahead to the High Crucible. Let's catch up to them. The color of joy, and I get bread. The attendant was kind enough to give me directions to the High Crucible. First, let's return to the Mulberry Orchard. The color of joy. I feel like I should sell all this stuff besides the scythe. Obviously. From here, we're supposed to follow the path left and past the mulberries. Bug girl. When the steps turn, enter the store straight ahead, then descend the steeps. Thought the crystalline was confusing, but it doesn't compare to the rods at Han. The architecture and decorations make it even harder to get your bearings. Anyway, let's see where the door takes us. And here we are at the Ethroid Plaza. So far so good. There isn't much further to go. From here we must cross the other side of the hall and pass through the larger of the two doorways. High Crucible lies beyond. I suspect the others have already collected the wandering scales. Come, let's join them. Song got to level 85. Lucky them. Bug boy. There's Bug girl. Well, at last, of course, but at least we found the place.
These are the talismans we were promised.
Yes, and I made a quick count. There are far more than we could have hoped for. Enough to outfit an entire company of soldiers, in fact. Considering the involved process, that they were able to manufacture so many in such a short span of time is nothing short of a miracle.
Once we have distributed them to our allies in Eorzea and the Far East, we'll have a fighting chance to bring down the other spires, just as we did with the Tower of Zot.
Or we could use them to invade Garlemald proper, and strike directly at the Telophoroid's base of operations. Of course, we would need to consult with various Alliance leaders before such a drastic measure could even be contemplated. To which end, I could set out forthwith and present the idea to each of our allies in person.
Pray allow me to undertake some few of those journeys. I find myself restless and in need of purposeful duties.
I can head eastward. Bosnia and Dalmasca are just a short hop from here. And Doma's shinobi network should come in handy for passing on the word.
We shall share the burden then. Meanwhile, I think it best that you and the others take the talismans back to the Baldessian Annex. We must keep them safe and secure until we've decided upon a course of action.
Please, I must speak with you.
Nidana, you're awake.
Yes. When I spoke with the carer at my bedside, she told me that one of the scions, a young woman, had cleansed me of the tower's corruption. It seems I'd been asleep ever since the treatment. But when I awoke and learned you were all still here, I knew I had to come.
As you said, Nidana was captured only recently. Such a brief exposure is swiftly cured, so I tended to her before we gathered at Megaduta.
And I am truly grateful that you did. I cannot thank you enough. All of you, for everything you've done. Destroying the tower, rescuing our people. You've saved Thavnair from an awful fate.
Yet who hath truly saved whom? Due in no small part to thine inspirational courage, the alchemists were successful in reproducing warding scales of proven efficacy. Replications of thy work now stand ready to travel across the seas, unto the hands of those who might wield them against this rising evil.
The talisman? Is this true? Oh, I was so groggy
here we are.
from sleep. I didn't even think to ask. Oh, our great work sent across the seas. It was worth it. Oh, it was all worth it.
Huh? Oh, hey.
color is completely changed.
What do you have there?
Ah, that was some bullshit.
How unusual. I wonder if the effect is a reaction to Akasha.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that term.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feelings.
You imply that it is distinct from ether?
Us foreign scholars often conflate the two, but we see them as separate concepts. Ether is an energy which permeates the land. It exists within animals, objects, even the air we breathe, affecting all through which it flows. Akasha, on the other hand, exists in a domain beyond our reach. A gift bestowed from on high, or torn from the heavens in some traditions. Akasha can neither be created nor destroyed. It is beyond our power to purposefully alter or manipulate. The only thing observed to influence it is an abundance of, I want to say, spiritual emotion.
Spiritual emotion?
As a veteran of the battlefield, surely you've experienced moments of desperation or exaltation when you've transcended the usual limits of your capabilities.
Yeah, is that limit break?
That is a manifestation of Akasha, the invisible essence harnessed by heart, mind, and unyielding spirit.
Or limit break.
I really must hear more about this theory. Our disciplines are based entirely upon the idea that ether is the fundamental form of all energy.
I'm glad my haphazard explanation has piqued your interest. But even for us, Akasha is a somewhat abstract field of study. A lack of practical application lends itself poorly to formalized research. Which is why my analysis of your flower can amount to little more than idle speculation. I am sorry.
Nonsense! You have nothing to be sorry for. Your insight is much appreciated.
Shall we depart for Charlian then? I will see to it that the talismans arrive at the Annex.
And we will be in touch once our talks are concluded. I suggest you rest while you can. From here onward, sleep is bound to be in short supply.
Interesting. That was nice. They couldn't have brought me a little bit closer. There's so much goddamn money. Some bullshit. Wait, what? It's good to be back, and with the fruit of our labors safely in storage. For now, we are able to wait for the others to return their respective meetings with the Alliance leaders. As Thancred suggested, you should get some rest in the meantime. Looking backhand, a crowd surprised me with your recent accomplishments. What an amazing feat to eliminate a tower and pave the way to deal with the rest. While it isn't much, I've changed your sheets and plumped up your pillow. After all, there's nothing like collapsing on a nice clean bed after completing a major milestone. But if Penny, a thesis of defining entities, so would you like to take a look at your new and improved lodgings now? This flower. Ooh, I like this view.
Take heart and protect them well.
Ah, that was Dragon. I was like, who was that? I was like, oh, that's Mr. Governor. Hello.
Good, you're here. You haven't eaten yet, have you?
Food!
We've bought quite a spread if you're interested. Only the finest dining from the last stand.
Oh, good. It's actual food, not stale bread. I definitely need to get new headgear so you can fucking see my face. Oh, I love this. Look at that burger! I saw a gif of this. You don't like pickles. Oh no! What the fuck? I love this!
Lest you wonder, we invited Estinian as well.
Ha.
But he refused with a rather grim-faced, "No, thank you." I suspect Charlian cuisine is not to his liking.
Oh, I don't know about that. Perhaps our lone wolf just needed some time apart. What? To perfect his brooding stare? Next time, I'll drag him out by the ear, sit him down in front of a Charlian feast, and see that he eats every last bite.
An excellent idea. Of all people, warriors must take proper meals and rest if they are to maintain a healthy constitution.
Poor Estinian, beset on all sides.
Speaking of one's physical condition, Mistress Kryl, I hear you recently played literal host to Heidelin herself.
And what an experience that was. Tiring, yes, but no lasting harm done. If anything, I should have liked to speak with her longer. I've not felt a hint of her presence since. Heidelin instructed you to carry that flower, yes? 'Twill be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. And then something about seeking joy in darkness, was it? Come to think of it, isn't that what happened with Nidana back in Radzat-Han?
Is it?
The flower did seem to radiate a joyful glow, as if reflecting the elation we all felt, the relief of a people with renewed hope.
Indeed, and in turn, I felt buoyed by that radiance. 'Twas akin to spotting a beacon and knowing we were on the right path. I know we've not yet triumphed over the Telophoroi, or learned the full breadth of the Forum's plans. But even within the midst of our struggles, we find small moments of joy to sustain us. Rare and hard-won perhaps, But it is this pursuit of happiness that gives us the strength to carry on day after day. Hey, that's mine.
How'd he say?
Swift the spoils. Though I recall that levitation spell of yours was quick enough.
Only barely. And even at my best, I'm still too slow to wield it effectively in battle. Mayhap I simply require more practice with this new magic.
You unearthed it from the depths of Numenon, I presume?
Aye, and from a veritable mountain of arcane tomes at that. 'Twas
There's
necessary
pizza.
to take my solitary.
And no, I did not get the pizza eating emote
To put it simply,
with the Game
you
Awards
used it
stuff.
to sneak around the forbidden archives.
Yes, well, after a fashion. They're tall, you see. The shelves, they're too tall for me. And I could hardly move the library's platforms without attracting attention now, could I?
I love Gratia. I love him so much. God, that burger looks amazing. Those biscuits too. Ugh. Or biscuit cookies, whatever. I love this. I love that we're just standing around or sitting around, just, you know, palling around. Oh, shit. Sorry, I lowered the volume on my Elgato. God, I can't remember why or when I lowered it, but I was like, oh yeah, I was going to let it. Are we pushing on until dawn? Shall we call it a night? You do know these are my quarters? Are we pushing on until dawn?
I'm not that ambitious. But 'tis pleasant to idle away the hours every once in a while.
Now it's glowing green. Asshole.
Ah! Enjoying the bracing cold, I see. Do you not own a warm coat or a cloak? Something in fur? Or fashioned from the skins of your enemies? Or... well, never mind that. I come to you once more as the bearer of bad news. Our tower in Thavnir has been toppled, and I need not tell you by whom. Given how many we have at our disposal, the loss of a single spire is hardly fatal to our plans. It does, however, slow the rate at which we siphon the ether. If they continue to preoccupy themselves with the towers, then all will be well. But should our foe prove bold enough to strike at us here, then the timing becomes questionable.
Our foe is bold enough. Of that, I can assure you.
Yes, very well then. I suppose I must prepare a proper welcome. Honestly, talk of your nemesis is the only thing you seem to enjoy. Does nothing else spark your interest?
No. All else is equal. Equally tedious. Equally disappointing. The world is a tepid bog into which we sink, too weak to thrash as the mud clings to our eyes and fills our throats till we blissfully choke. But then came the light, blinding and pure and hot, so very hot, enough to set my soul aflame. I basked in the afterglow until the void yawned once more, and then I knew the muck would never claim me again. There was naught for me ahead, so I drew the curtain on all that had come before. Burn, burn, let the whole star burn. I will have my contest. I will reclaim my moment.
How wonderful that the emptiness of death has not dissuaded you from committing your life to its pursuit once more. I don't know whether to envy you or pity you.
You question my disinterest, but what of yours? Despite your noisome antics, I sense you take little pleasure in this endeavor.
Mercy, my lord. Such pointed barbs from one who barely acknowledges my existence. Nevertheless, you are mistaken. For I do find this part somewhat enjoyable. You see, when I was mortal, I would always have the same dream. It was a fragmented thing, disjointed, all the faces incomplete. The setting, too, was unknown to me.
Okay,
So
I'll
I
be
thought
right
it
back. I'm going to
simply
use the
a
bathroom
fantasy
quickly.
of my sleeping mind. Until one day, I realized it was showing me the truth. Much as your dream of the final days enlightened you. And soon, very soon, the rest of the world will see the truth of my dream, too. Yes, I think that is something we can both enjoy.
Of course, I fucking... Of course I fucking... As soon as I'm going to go to the bathroom, oh, the cutscene's almost fucking done. Hold on, I'm putting a blanket over myself. It's cold! Yes, I could just turn on my heater, but I don't... I mean, I probably will eventually, but not right now. Sound the bell, school's in now! Oh, there you are. Feeling refreshed, I hope. I was about to make my way to this Dudonium, as it happens. I want to try to speak with Skorok Molchkan and thank him for coming to our rescue in the Rostara. It turns out he's come here to see us following the hearing, only to find out we've already departed for Thafnir. Knowing him, he was probably hoping to chew the chud from his former students. Since we're still waiting for Yashtola and the others, I thought now the perfect time to pay him a visit. Care to join me? Might as well. Then settled, the twins will be coming too, assuming Alphinaud can tear himself away from his new toys. I'll let you rally the troops while I go and attend to Phenomenon. Considering my research and posterity, perhaps I should avoid showing my face around the stadium for a time. That might be for the best. If the others should return, tell them we will not be long. Head out for the stroll? Well, the Skolem himself was here. In that case, what are we waiting for? I too am eager to see him, though I somewhat dread the thought of visiting the stadium. As our notorious precedes us. Notoriety. Alphinaud of all people worrying over his reputation, and our alma mater no less. Will wonders never cease. He'll understand soon enough. Off we go. Here it is. Phenomenon. While I expect you made note of it before, one can hardly miss it. This is the first time you've been here on official business, correct? While most of the space is taken up by the expensive auditoriums, it also houses numerous laboratories, testing grounds for experimental magics, and a host of administrative officers and so forth. As the center of what would later become the studium, it was established to promote the study of aetheriological phenomenon, hence the name. Though the aether being a fundamental aspect of nature, its scope expands to include every conceivable facet of life and even the universe itself. And then, in the 432nd year of the 6th Astral Era, phenomenon was decreed complete and the studium officially opened as the place of learning. With a long and storied history, it is without question the world's leading authority in aetheriological, the arcane, the occult, Astronomy, and countless other fields standing proud as Sharlayan's foremost educational institute. Have you done this before, Alphinaud? I always did enjoy giving the grand tour to new students. Indeed, I've long since lost track of how many times he has recited the same foppish speech, such as his undying love for his old stamping grounds. He was in the top form back then, youngest entered the stadium, graduated with highest honors, in magical arts and aetheriological, undisputed champion of the debating chamber. Hold on, you both joined the stadium at the same age, yes? And from where I stand, you're equally prodigious scholars. Nice of you to say, but Alphinaud actually entered half a year before me, nor did I do well enough to graduate with honors. And I'm certainly not the stadium's most notorious master debater. In all respects have I ever been in his shadows. Nothing else, just remember that this was where the legend of Alphinaud Lavier began. We should expect everyone to be fully aware of our recent escapades. Hopefully we'll be somewhat welcome here than we were at the last stand. I know better than anyone the adoration the student body has for Alphinaud, and with a bit of luck it might work to our advantage. Okay. Well, there's no time like the present. First things first, let's look for Scholar Montague. Other faculty tend to frequent their offices, but unfortunately for his, he's fond of wandering wheresoever his whims take him. Let's flip and ask the students if they've seen him. Yo, boy. That was Alphinaud Lavier, wasn't it? The Alphinaud Lavier. and he's with his sister and Master Baldosian's granddaughter. This can only mean one thing. Invented epoch-shattering proportions is fast approaching. Spread the word! Oh, sorry, you say you're looking for the scholar? Yes. Knowing him, he could be anywhere, but Miss Alfeld should have a better idea. Hello. Are you lost? Wandering off the street, perhaps? Wait, don't tell me. You're a training gleaner fresh off the guild ship? I'm right, aren't I? Oh, how silly me. An orientation disorder. Allow me to bid you a warm welcome to the Searcher's Meet. Let me start with a question. What's the most important thing you'll find in the stadium? That's right, books. And what's the second most important thing? Why, that's simple. Everything else. That's what we deal with here in Searcher's Meet. Whenever the students or tutors find themselves in need of equipment or materials, they come to us. If we don't have it in our stores, we send the gleaners off to find it. Honestly, you won't believe some of the requests we get. Eye of Pisa, this, ton of giant gigatoad, that. It's enough to make your hair stand on end, which is possibly what some of our students are trying to accomplish, this being a school of magic and all. And as a newest gleaner, you'll have to work your cut out for you, but I think you'll find it quite rewarding. The only thing I'm interested in is gleaning is information on the skull's whereabouts. Tracked down many miscellaneous knickknacks in my time, but I'm no gleaner. I beg your pudding? You're not a gleaner? Then this was all an elaborate ruse? No, wait. Come to think of it, you never actually claimed to be one in the first place. My mistake. He was here, but no, he's not. I did speak with him shortly before you arrived, though. He said he was on his way to Marker's Meet. Go back the way you came in, and you'll see it on the opposite side of the entrance. It's a laboratory of sorts, home to many rare and expensive curies, not to mention alarming frequent accidents. If you lose your way, just follow the blood-curdling screams. In the time I've taken me to tell you all this, the scholar's probably already left. Best of luck find him. I have a feeling you'll need it. Thank you, I suppose. Yeah, this guy right here. It was Final Fantasy. They're counting 3, 2, 3, and 10, 2. Get up on the first one, you'll get why. I break my hard drive. You know, the Skull's error was a short while ago. He offered my advice on the current research project. He only spoke at length. I don't recall mentioning where he was planning to go next. When he pattered away, he went down the corridor, perhaps to one of the auditoriums. I wonder if a cutscene plays here. Hello.
Ah, I remember you.
Hello.
I pray we have not caught you at an inopportune moment. We wanted to offer our thanks for your kind words in the forum.
Well, I could hardly let that inquisition go unchallenged. I've always believed that curiosity should be nurtured, not stifled. Thankfully, a majority of my colleagues agreed. A slender majority, aye, but a majority nonetheless.
Had the vote not gone our way, we would be having a very different conversation, if any at all. Though I'd like to think you would have not given up on our cause. I'm told you paid a visit to the annex afterwards.
Yes, that's right. I was hoping to speak with the grandchildren of my dearly departed friends Galuf and Louisoix in a less dour setting. But it seems I just missed you. I still can't believe how much you've grown. If only your grandsires could have seen the way you presented yourselves to the Forum. Why, it fair brought a tear to my own eye. You must have the patience of a saint, putting up with this lot and their antics. Never mind Matoya's prize student.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Luckily, I know a thing or two about managing unruly younglings. If you ever need advice, don't hesitate to ask.
Thanks.
If I may, there is a rather more pressing matter we wish to discuss. What can you tell us of this duty that the Forum must fulfill?
Nothing, I'm afraid. Like all humble servants of the Forum, I am sworn to secrecy.
Is this?
Or rather, I couldn't tell you if I tried.
I highly doubt it is, but he sounds so much like
Our duty is of the gravest importance.
Christopher Lloyd.
Furthermore, if the
it's not him,
particulars
but
were
it
made
sounds
public,
so much like him.
It would incite widespread panic. As such, those entrusted with this duty have been bound by an enchantment, which prevents us from speaking of such matters without the express permission of the Forum.
How is that even possible?
It's been some time since I last gave a lecture. Please, take a seat.
No. No. No! Look at us being studious students. Huh?
We shall begin by reviewing the fundamentals of etherology. The ether, which imbues us with life, can be categorized into three forms.
Right.
Two are of the incorporeal sort, the soul and the memory. Can anyone tell me the third?
Corporeal aether? Magic? Magic!
Not entirely inaccurate, but nor is it the answer I was
Damn
looking
it!
for.
Fuck
That
you!
would be corporeal ether. This is the form with which the layman is most familiar. Consumed by even the simplest of daily activities, and replenished by the food and drink that sustain us, this form of ether is in constant flux. In contrast, the ether that comprises the soul is rarely subject to dramatic change. The same can be said for memory, as the two are intrinsically linked. Picture the soul as paper, and memories as words written upon it. Now, what would happen if that paper was doused with ink? The same type of ether as comprises the memories.
It would blot out everything that was written.
Precisely. We would be unable to recall the memories, and any activities that depend upon them would be hindered as well. In fact, this exact phenomenon was observed on a vast scale not so long ago. And what might that have been?
The final days.
The seventh
Oh,
umbral
calamity,
calamity.
yeah.
The people of Eorzea vividly recall Bahamut breaking free of the Lesser Moon and raining hellfire down upon the realm.
AKA 1.0.
But no one could seem to remember the events that followed immediately afterwards.
Indeed. To this day, we have yet to determine whether it was an unintended consequence or a deliberate act. The enchantment which binds me and the rest of the Forum is based on a similar principle. And yes, it is a contravention of the Sharlayan prohibition against the practice of memory manipulation. Only when a new member is inducted and told of our great duty are they subjected to the process. A necessary evil. You have my word that it would never be used to manipulate the populace.
Oh, sure, yeah. It's not going to be used for the populace. Bullshit. That's going to happen at some point.
But can this enchantment be dispelled and your memories restored?
If 9/10 of our members give their approval, then the process may be reversed. Then, and only then, would we be able to speak freely to others of our sacred duty. Barring that, we must wait until we return to the ethereal sea.
So until you die.
For there we will be purified, the blots upon our souls washed clean. And our memories drift apart and dissolve. Rather defeating the purpose, I suppose. But there are those memories that are indelibly etched upon our souls, some believe.
Oh, I think that's true because, yeah, I'm an example.
What happens after that?
We are reduced to pure ether, coalesce with that of others, and create souls anew. Alternative schools of thought assert souls remain whole and return to the corporeal world, reborn into another form. Both theories have their proponents. Personally, I consider each equally probable. Well, I think that's enough education for today, now that I've given you some food for thought. Or rather, an entire banquet.
I'd say so. Clap, clap. Poof.
I would remind you that although I'm unable to assist you with certain matters, the resources at my disposal may still be of use to you. I'll arrange for you all to be given the run of Phenomenon. Of course, as associate to our alumni and the students of Baldessian, this privilege is extended to you as well, my friend.
Hooray! My dumbass gets to go to school. Wait, what?
Oh, and I suggest you speak with Ki Aliapo. She's well known among the artisans of Sharlayan, and her network of contacts may prove useful in your search for knowledge. I wish you all the best in your pursuits, wheresoever they may take you.
Now then, Grant, to run the phenomenon. If you are game, Al Capo will put your artistry to good use. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I can't do that because I need to be at a specific job, don't I? Well, that's given me much to mull over. I feel as though we're one step closer to understanding the form's true motives, and the mysteries of life itself for good measure. It's funny, I came here with the intent of expressing my gratitude, only to leave more indebted than before. I have a feeling its friendship and support will be a great boon to us in days to come. And on that note, let's head back to the annex. Perhaps on the way, you could better acquaint yourself with Queen Alpole and the scholars suggested, while I share our finds with Raha. There you go, now I'm at 520, so. I need to be a discipline of the land or hand, huh? Discipline of the land or hand, disciplines of the land or hand. Oh well. Script exchange. I did say I was going to go a little longer for today's stream just to make up for the time. Oh no. Fuck, there's a delay. Give me 1 second here. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to fix it. Let's see here. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Alright, hold on a second here. Of course, got kicked out, which makes sense. I might have fucked up. Hold on. Alright, hold on. I gotta type in my password. Alright, I'm plugged in. Depends on how long the queue is. It's probably going to be a while, but yeah. I guess this is what happens if I record for longer than 3 hours. I just start losing, I'm not matched up, which fucking sucks. Oh boy! That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. Yeah. Well, alright guys. As much as I really didn't want to, I guess this is gonna have to be the end of the stream. I apologize. But yeah, I don't know why. I guess I was just, I wasn't like I was losing frames or anything like that. It was just, I was just, like, it wasn't synced properly. Like, look, so I'm down to the data center. I moved down to the data center. Now, as soon as I say 1, I'm going to move up to start. So 3, 2, 1. Now I'm up at start. It wasn't doing that. Like, I would do it on my screen, and then, like, maybe 2 or 3 seconds later, it would have moved to where it properly was. So that sucks. So I guess I can't really go for that long on this, even though, God, I don't know why. Maybe it happens sometimes, but yeah, like I said, as much as I kind of wanted to keep going for a little bit, I did stream a little bit longer. And obviously, I'm going to stream for more than 3 hours every single time I stream Endwalker, guys. So there's no need to fret for that. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this stream. And hey, here you go. You finally get to see the actual title screen for Endwalker. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this stream. Whether you watch it live or archived here on YouTube, I did have a blast playing it. We got through our first bit of, we got through our first dungeon. I don't know how much it did, but like, yeah, 4,000. That's definitely a lot more. That's the most I've ever seen it be. So that's going to take a long ass time. So that just sucks. But I digress, guys. Thank you all so much again for watching this. Whether you watch live or archived here on YouTube, I'll be back on Tuesday with some more Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker, and I hope to see you guys there. Yeah, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays is my schedule. So hope you guys see you there. How many quests have I done so far? I think the first quest was 23. So out of the 108 there was, we've cleared 23 of them. 24. We've cleared 24 of them. So we are now at 84. We have 84 left. So 3 streams. Obviously, 2 of them were shorter than expected. So who knows? We'll see. Can I finish Endwalker before the end of the year? Probably not, considering that I will most likely not stream in 2 weeks when it's Christmas time. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 streams left until Christmas. And then 6, 7. So there's like 7 streams left for the entirety of 2021. It could be possible. We'll see. But anyway, guys, again, I want to thank you all. And yeah, thank you all again for watching this. Whether you watch it live or archived. I'll be back on Tuesday for some more Endwalker. All right. Until then, guys, see you all next time.